Thank you for listening to the 39th Street Church of Christ Daily Devotional. The devotional today is, Am I Become Your Enemy? Well, yes, sometimes, by Jack Williams. Sadly in life, there's a lot of things that are kind of disappointing. Have you ever tried to help somebody and then they get upset? Well, it happens sometime, doesn't it? But the reality is, in the spiritual realm, the Apostle Paul in the Galatian letter, the Galatians were in a terrible sin. They were once running well, but they'd been deceived. Now they'd gone back into worldly things. Actually, were going back and trying to revive parts of a law that Christ had died to take out of the way. Well, Paul told them in no uncertain terms what they needed to do. But in Galatians, the 4th chapter and verse 16, he said, Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Sometimes people read that and I think, well, nobody would do that. But it's obvious that was kind of a rhetorical question. Paul was saying, You're making me your enemy, not because I've done something bad, because I told you the truth. And today, we're admonished to teach the truth. Matthew 28:18 through 20, based on Christ's authority, we go and we teach everywhere, every nation, every creature. And we teach them to observe all things whatsoever Christ has commanded. We baptize them. We tell them that's part of God's plan. And, you'd think, why would people get mad if you tell them the truth? But they do, don't they? You don't have to look very far in the scriptures to find out that that's the case. You ever read in Matthew 26 and following the crucifixion account? Why'd they kill him? Because he told them a lie? No, because he told the truth. You ever read in Acts, the 4th and 5th chapter, the apostles put in prison, beat? Why? Because they told the truth. You ever read in Acts, the 7th chapter, Stephen stoned to death? Why? Because he told them the truth. In the book of Acts, the 8th chapter, the disciples left Jerusalem. Why? They were run out because they told the truth. In Acts, the 17th chapter, you look and you find the children of God are looked at. Here comes those who have turned the world upside down. Why? Because they told the truth. Today, one of the problems we could end up with is we want to get along. But the reality is, Matthew 10, the Lord said, I didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. The truth is divisive. Not because it hurts, it hinders. What it hurts and hinders is sin. But the life of following the truth is so wonderful. But it is divisive because some people choose to live as the world. In John, the 3rd chapter, Jesus spoke of the fact that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. In the latter part of that chapter, you find that people would not come to him because they love darkness more than light. And that's why truth is divisive. But what do? Do we say, well, I'm not going to speak anymore? Well, Jeremiah had that attitude for just a bit. People tried to kill him because he told them the truth. But he said, I couldn't contain. He said, the word was in my bones as a burning fire, and I could not contain. Remember the book of Acts, the 4th and 5th chapter? Those individuals said, we must obey God rather than man. We can't help but speak the things we've seen and heard. They rejoiced that they were worthy to suffer for Christ by teaching the truth. In the book of Acts, the 7th chapter, Stephen, threatening him, they were coming on him to stone him. He just kept on preaching. The book of Acts, the 8th chapter, the disciples scattered from Jerusalem. What'd they do? They went everywhere preaching the word. We make choices. We need to realize that whenever Paul said, Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Yeah, sometimes. As a matter of fact, lots of times. That's the truth. That's what happens. But we can't stop. We got to keep on speaking. You know, today and the days to come, every one of us is going to face obstacles to teaching the truth, to saying what's right in circumstances whenever it's not going to make people happy. It's going to make them uncomfortable. And we've got to make a choice. Am I going to speak the truth? Now, there's a way to speak it. In Ephesians, the 4th chapter, we speak the truth in love, but we speak it. We make sure that they know our intention. We're not trying to pin somebody to the wall. We're not trying to just degrade them. We want their soul saved. But we tell them the truth, because it is the truth that makes us free, John 8 and verse 32. It is the truth that is God's word, John 17 and verse 17. So what do? Keep on teaching. Keep on preaching. Keep on giving a reason for the hope. Keep on being ready to give an answer. Why? Because we want to do right, and we want others to do right. So we speak on. I pray that that's what we do. We can make a difference. We can at least make an opportunity to make a difference in the lives of those around us. But it's only the truth. Will you become an enemy because you teach them the truth? Yeah, you better get ready. My wife is fond of telling me whenever I get on the pity wagon, which happens sometimes, she'll say, you know, they hadn't tried to crucify you, have they? Well, they hadn't yet. But you know, I hope even if they tried to, I'd keep on like Jesus, speaking the things that are true. Let's do that. Thank you for listening. You have a good day.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this short devotional. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be notified of other devotionals that will be forthcoming. Also, we encourage you to join us online live as we stream our services at each service time. More information can be found on our website at the link below. Thank you.